All right. To build off of our previous conversation regarding the Detroit Lions, we have a special addition to the show today. It's going to be the over-under. We're going to discuss the over-unders for multiple facets of the Detroit Lions season. So we're going to start with, of course, the quarterback position, Jared Goff. Guys, Jeff, I'll start with you. Jared Goff will throw for more or less than 3,800 yards this upcoming season.
I got over. And you could even say the 17th game is a reason for that. But if you look at, Jared Goff has, as long as he starts a majority of his games, he's achieved over 3,700 yards every single season. He's had, 39, 52 last year, 46, 38 the year prior. So the guy's consistent with getting over 30. If we're going 38, he's gotten over 38 every single year. And we just finished a debate. The wide receiver core isn't that good, but it doesn't mean like guys like TJ Hockenson, there's going to be guys to fill the void. He's going to do a lot of checkdowns of DeAndre Swift, Jamal Williams. He'll get his yards. So I'll say over, Adam.
Okay, I like that. Easy?
Extra game this year. We're playing. Give me over. I think you do 3,800. It's this NFL. You could pass all day.
Well, I really struggled with this one. 3,800 yards in Jared Goff's career is very attainable. He's done it literally every season outside of his rookie year. Having said that, there are 17 games this season, so he only needs to average 223 yards a game to even achieve that. It's so minimal. It's not even much. I do think it'll be over, but I would actually place an under bet, and I'll tell you why. I think the Detroit Lions this year are going to really focus on controlling the clock and running the football as much as possible. I don't think they're going to put Jared Goff in third and long situations where he's going to have to, one, throw the ball downfield where it'll probably be a turnover knowing him, and number two, and more importantly, you're going to be playing from behind in most games. I don't think you want to expose Jared Goff or potentially even hurt his confidence. He's already coming off a rocky relationship with Sean McVay. I do think the Lions are going to be cautious on how often they do throw the ball this season. Again, Hockenson will be lined up, probably double teamed most of the time. So we have to be cautious of that. Yes, a lot of dink and dunks. I do think 217 yards a game is probably realistic for him. I'm going to take the under. I don't see Jared Goff being able to perform at the level he was with the Rams strictly because of the talent surrounding him. So I got to take the under. But this next one I'm really excited for. I'm actually curious to see what you guys think. Over under total rushing yards this season. Not for Jamal Williams. No. For DeAndre Swift. 1,250 yards. Over under, guys. Easy. You take the floor this time.
It's a lot of yards, man.
17 games. 17 games. Top 10 offensive line in the NFL.
Top 10 offensive line in the NFL. But let's not forget Pro Football Focus. It wasn't Pro Football Focus. Pro Football Talk did release an article earlier on this year during the offseason that Jamal Williams was actually, I guess Anthony Lynn called him the 1A. It was something similar to that, something referring to him as the number one back. So I do think this will be more of a committee than just DeAndre Swift taking the ball and pounding it every single time. So I am going to go with the under. 1,200 is hefty, a hefty ask for a Detroit Lions running back. We haven't seen it very often in the past decade. And on top of the fact that he's going to be splitting a lot of those carries with Jamal Williams, who I think is more than capable enough of, holding himself accountable and carrying that load. I think he's more than deserving of it and everything that I've seen of him as of late. So 1,200, I'm going to go with the under on that one.
Jeff?
I'm going to go under, too. I think, like Easy said, it's going to be a running back by committee. Number one, Jamal Williams will get his. I could see his getting some yards, but I could see him breaking 1,000. But 1,200 is a little too steep for me, especially he'll be catching the ball as well. I think he'll be a double threat for us, and he's going to be killing it on the field. But I'll take the under on that. 1,200 is a little too steep for me.
I've struggled with this as well. I think 1,250 might be a little too high for DeAndre Swift considering the way the Detroit Lions are going to play football this season. I think they're going to try to run the ball 25 to 30 times a game and really control the clock. Jamal Williams will be a huge part of that. I don't think that's a question. I do have to take the under. 1,250 yards a game over a 17-game season. You're looking at about 73 yards a game. Last season, DeAndre Swift only averaged 40. But I think the one glimmering stat behind all of this that may convince me to take the over would be 4.6 yards a carry for DeAndre Swift. When he touched the ball, he did make a significant impact. So,
yes.
1,250 yards. If you're a betting man, you probably take the under, given the Detroit Lions circumstances. Though I wouldn't be surprised if DeAndre Swift did pass the number. I think he'll get pretty damn close, actually, but I will take the under. The next one, guys, Fish, you're going to love this. Fish, I'd like you involved on this one. The over-under in total wins for the season for the Detroit Lions. We're going to start at 4.5. Are you going to take the over or under?
I'm going to go over because I have them at about 5 or 6 wins. So I think they'll get a little above that. I think 4 is, not really respecting the coaching staff he's brought in. And we don't have a lot of talent, but I think, with the coaching staff and especially with Jared Goff, you have a nice running back committee. Well, obviously the wide receiver core isn't great, but they can still catch the ball. They know how to catch the ball. So they'll be good enough, I think. And to get at least, 5, 6 wins, I think at best we can even get 7, 8 wins. I think at the best we can get. Sorry, Fish. I think 10-7 is a little steep, but I can see this team getting about, 5, 6 wins. So I'm going to say over. I'm confident with that.
Okay, easy.
Over all day. 4 wins is just disrespectful.
Is it?
It is.
Disrespectful?
It is, dude. I'm not so much like looking at Dan Campbell when I'm saying this too. I'm looking at guys like Anthony Lynn and Aaron Glenn coming from the Saints and the head coach of the Chargers. Like, I think they were 7-9 last year in the AFC West, which is considerably a lot stronger division than the NFC North. Like, that's disrespectful to Anthony Lynn. We have teams, like you said. I think the Steelers are beatable with Ben Roethlisberger because he's not as good as Aaron Rodgers.
I didn't say he was as good, but continue.
Giving you shit. We have the Eagles, who are very unproven with unproven quarterback. We have the Bengals on the schedule, which I believe is at home. The Bears, who are supposed to be led by Andy Dalton, if not, what's the guy's name? I can't think of it. Justin Fields. Now he scares me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but an unproven commodity. I think 4 wins is more than attainable for the Detroit Lions.
All right. Again, I struggled with this one. The reasonable man in me thinks that just because of the clear culture shift, they should win 5 games, which is what they won last season. Having said that, they do have the 6th hardest schedule for the upcoming football season. I am worried. They open up. They're going to start 0-3. I'm sorry, guys. Get ready. It's going to be a tough start. How they handle that adversity, I'm so curious to see. But it is going to be a rough start. Honestly, I could see them losing their first 6, even 7 games. You have the Eagles, you have the Broncos, you have the Steelers that I think are winnable, you have the Falcons, you have the Bears once, maybe the Vikings once. Like, they could do it. I got to take the under. I think the Detroit Lions are going to be the 3rd or the 4th worst football team this season. Not because I think they're going to improve from last season, but I don't think it's going to reflect in the win column. I think you're going to see better play. They're going to be much closer in games. They aren't going to give up leads. Even if they're able or even capable of having leads, we don't even know that. I think they're going to play from behind most of the season. That's going to put Jared Goff in an uncomfortable situation. He's thrown double-digit interceptions over the last 4 seasons. I don't see the Detroit Lions winning more than 4 games, although 4.5 as a prop bet is a really good bet. You could convince me either way to bet over or under, but I got to take the under. I think 4-13 is probably where they're going to hit. It's going to be a gut-wrenching season to watch, especially if you're betting on it. But I got to take the under. And then the last one, guys, I wanted to have some fun with this. I think it's very important, and I think this shapes the history of the Detroit Lions and the future of it, really. Guys, over under. The number of times the Detroit Lions will line up with fewer than 11 men on the field. The opening line, 0.5. Is it going to happen this year, or is it not going to happen? Easy?
It happens every once in a while, man. Everyone does it. I'm going to take the over. It happens. It happens.
It happens on the amount of players more than 11. 12 men on the field happens way more often than
under
less
11.
than 11. So, are you going to take it to happen this year? He's going to pull a Matty P.
No, I'll take the under.
Take the under? Not
Just
gonna
because
happen?
we had Joyke Bell break that down. It went national. I think they'll be key on not being embarrassed like that again.
Jeff?
I'm going to take the under because, hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new coaching staff. I don't know if you noticed, but these boys don't play around, and I don't think they're going to do Matty P mistakes. I really don't. And especially Dan, he is a disciplined coach. You can tell just by watching him. So he's going to be on these guys' rear end. So I'll take the under. I'm confident.
I'll tell you what. Anthony Lynn last year and Aaron Glenn as the head coach of the Chargers and the defensive coordinator of the New Orleans Saints. Guys, I got to take the under as well. I'm kind of giggling, hoping that it does happen just one time. I would love to see that prop bet hit, but I don't think it's going to happen. I think this year Dan Campbell is not going to focus on winning football games. He's going to focus on fundamentals, 2-minute drills, making sure we're getting everybody lined up where they're supposed to be pre-snap. I don't see 10 men, 9 men. God forbid 9 men on the field. Dan, if you pull off 9 men on the field year one, like, we're going to have a problem. Like, I couldn't fathom the Detroit Lions lining up with 9 men on the field this year. It would absolutely crush my soul. And I think it's an unforgivable offense, honestly.
Yeah,
So
9 men is bad. I mean, that is horrible.
And Dalvin Cook ran to the house, I believe, on that play. So I don't even want to talk about it. We're going to move on. But we're going to move on after the break. When we come back, we're going to discuss a little college football. Who will have a better season, Michigan or Michigan State? We'll do that next here on the Morning Woodward Show. Woodward Show on the morning on the Woodward Sports Network. God, I don't know. That's a tongue twister. I don't know. Stick does it
is
every
a tongue
time.
twister.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.